Welcome everybody to another episode of Comics and Consoles. I'm Barry White Hansen, as always, and with me is my co-host, the wonderful Winston Hodges. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Oh no.
All right. Welcome.
No.
The audio was scuffed. Oh no. All right, here we go. Welcome, Comics and Consoles. I'm Barry White Hansen. This is Winston Hodges.
Yes. 2 weeks in a row, folks. We're very fucked up the beginning, but we're here. And who did you bring?
This week I brought with me not only the world's top D&D role player, top facial hair on the East Coast.
That's a good
quite possibly the world. My good friend and yours, Vaporizer.
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming, Vaporizer. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Oh man. My guest this week is a very funny comedian from the DMV area. Super hilarious, a great follow on social media. Bria Beddoe, everybody. Yay.
Hey.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh,
So,
D&D role player? You like D&D, Vaporizer?
Yeah, actually. I haven't done enough of it. I started doing it though when I was like 14, and my friend's parents got me into it, and it was really traditional compared to like what they do these days. Like, there's so much crazy. Like, if you look at it back then and then look at it now, it's wild how much it's changed. But
I like that. I picture it as like conservative D&D parents. It's like, we want traditional Dungeons and Dragons values in this household.
We write
not
all
have
our
crazy
campaigns by
superpowers.
hand.
Yeah, exactly. These are handwritten. We follow the book. Bria, have you ever done D&D?
No, I fucked the dungeon master though. I always wanted to do D&D.
All right, well, you won the game.
That's the final boss battle.
You won. Crazy. I feel like once that happens, he's no longer allowed to be a dungeon master. I think that's how you lose it. It's like, oh my god.
Is that how it works? Am I the new dungeon master now?
You're the dungeon master now. It's like he had sex. He's off having actual adventures now.
Well, no, like he was really good. Like he was like really into his campaigns, and he played internationally online and had like people from like Brazil that were like in the campaign, and like he would write different stuff. And like one day he like played me some background music he found online from like the Lord of the Rings soundtrack to go with this like whole story he had written. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like,
all right,
get your clothes off. This is sexy.
You just gave everybody on Twitch so much hope. With that
I like
story.
imagination.
Dude, D&D's great. It's so fun. I love it. It is the absolute nerdiest thing that I do. I'll get into a character voice, and I've got this backstory, and I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do this shit, dude. That's awesome, man. Hell yeah. Barry, you've played it once, right? Or a couple times?
Yeah, Vaporizer was actually in my party when I played, so
hell yeah, dude.
It was a fun experience. It's just I didn't know what I was doing the first day, so I think like the first 3 hours was just me like being like, okay, this is how I do this movement. This is how I do this, because I was totally lost when we first started.
Oh, no.
That sounds like sex, I feel like.
Yeah.
With the exception of Vaporizer being like, my friend's parents got me into this and I was
Now, all the stories are sex stories except for him. He's like, they were traditional. They were very traditional.
To be fair, this is America. Anything's possible.
That is true. It is true. You're right, Bria. That's so perfect. It does sound like sex. Like, I didn't know how to move. Like, it's like, oh
the
my
first
God,
few hours is just there like, oh, am I doing this right?
It's a lot more
like
talking than I thought it would be.
And I crafted my own sex toy out of this wood.
Oh man, I used to think I wouldn't think D&D was fun at all because I had played so many video games just in my life, and I'm like, all right, I don't know if this is. I have to make this up. Like, this is my imagination. I'm 30, and then I did it, and I am like, yes, I want to make believe every day I possibly
Oh
can.
no! Hold.
Oh, yep. Hold. You still there, Bria?
There you go.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Perfect.
I'm like, it's weird. Ever since we got cats, my internet just like fucks up. I think they're fucking with the router.
Yep. I believe
Fucking
it.
animals.
Goddamn animals. Like,
It's like, I'm over here trying to tell a story about how I fucked a dungeon master. You're ruining my comedic timing. Oh,
All they do is look
Cats
cute
don't
and
like
ruin my
comedy.
bandwidth.
I agree. I don't think cats do like comedy. Cats would heckle if they could. They would absolutely. Cats are in the animal kingdom at the club, drunk, heckling in the back. Oh, what's our
play
first?
the mail mix song. This guy sucks.
Yeah. What's our topic, Barry? I'm sorry, I got a sidetrack.
All right, so I heard that Bria was a Overwatch player and had a couple qualms with Overwatch, and I know they came out with a bunch of announcements, and I was kind of reading through it, and I even told Winston, like, yeah, I could see why somebody that plays this game would be upset with some of these. So what exactly are your qualms with Overwatch necessarily?
So I wasn't like a big Overwatch player, more like an Overwatch spectator, because I dated a guy for 5 years who was like really into Overwatch, like from the beginning with the beta testing and stuff. Like, I've seen Genji go through a bunch of different transformations, but like, why are there no black women in the Overwatch community? I think that's so fucking weird. Like, they've got like a Swedish bitch. There's like a nigga with no hands. There's a robot. Like, there's a there's a hamster and a ball. Like, this is so much going on. And then every time I would say like there are no black women in Overwatch, people would be like, well, Orisa was made by a black girl. It's like, no, like Orisa is still not a black woman. Like, that's not a thing. Like, and you never see the person that made her. Like, they don't, like, the lore is all choppy, so like you have to like wait and find out. It's like, I don't want to wait and find out. Like, why are there no black women in the Overwatch world? Like, what is that about? That's so fucking weird that they would jump over black women to make an actual hamster in a ball.
Yeah.
Things around.
Like,
And it feels like a shoehorn to be like, oh, well, this person was made by a black person, so that kind of counts. Like, yeah, come on.
Yeah, like, there are
Great
two
argument.
whole Mexican characters in Overwatch. Like, what the fuck? You know?
That's really funny.
It's rude.
And then, yeah, I don't know anything about Overwatch. I've never really played. All that I know is there is a gorilla named Winston, and he's my favorite character. So that's it.
There's a smart ape, and there's no, like, it's just like the reaches that they had to go to, the lengths they had to go to, and like, it just makes me feel like Overwatch does not want black women to play their game because there's no real representation.
That's really funny because it really is. Every character they have is almost like they got to the point where it was time to make a black woman, and they were just like, "What's next?" And like,
animal.
Hamster, magic ball, hamster guy.
Let's make another Swedish guy because that's exactly what we need.
That's what gaming needs. Another. What do you think, Vaporizer? Do you play Overwatch at all? Do you have any experience with it?
Not really. I know I like Lucio. That's probably the extent of my knowledge on it.
Lucio is a black Brazilian who does not speak Portuguese. Like, it's so weird. Like, everybody's got like their power up, like when they do their super, because they're all from different countries and stuff like that. So when they do their super, you know, it's either in like Korean or Chinese or Swedish or whatever. Yeah, no, it's great. It's really cool. But then like Lucio is from Brazil and he's like, time to power up. Like, he's like, wow, you're so angry. Like, he's like, it's so ridiculous. Like, and then I think like a Middle Eastern guy is the voice actor for Lucio. Like, it's just like, the fuck, like,
come on.
They have everything but a black woman in Lucio. Literally everything else is covered. That's insane. What are some of the...
cool too. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of the characters. I know people that love that game. I've never.
Now that I think about it, I play HOTS actually. I'm more familiar with HOTS than I am with Overwatch itself, but
Okay.
Ooh.
which they are in. I think they've got quite a few of the Overwatch characters in HOTS, so that's where I know them from mostly, like Anna and stuff.
What's hot?
It is Heroes of the Storm. It's like the Blizzard's version
Oh.
of MOBA. Yeah,
Okay, I was gonna say, is that a MOBA game? All right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
at fictional characters and no black women in the game. Bria is
It's been years. It's been like literal years since this game has been out.
They only add like 2 characters a year or something like that, right?
Oh no, they've been adding like a lot of characters. Overwatch has only been out maybe like it's been out since like 2015. But they've got quite a roster of characters. It was like I think between 2016 and 2019 they were like rolling out so many different characters because like Sombra wasn't originally there. None of the only mechs that were originally there I think was Bastion and Zenyatta, but like no, they've just like rolled out like 20 different characters in the last couple of years, and none of them have been like a black woman.
Wow.
See, what I hope happens is I hope they overcorrect and they make Overwatch 2 and it's all black women.
That would be great.
That would be amazing. Just 35 black female characters, because I bet the gaming community would lose their minds and really open up. Just be like, what the fuck is this? They're all...
They'd be so fucking pissed. They'd be like, what is this, new Bonnie?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
You know,
they even made like a fake black like country for like black people and like mechs to live in together. Like
oh my gosh.
And it's funny that we're talking about this because I actually just looked at another Overwatch announcement, and they just announced the next hero will actually be a box of cereal. Yes, a box of cereal.
A box of cereal.
Yeah, and it's not even like Cocoa Puffs. It's some white ass. Like you can't even remotely. It's like this cereal is Cheerios.
This is grape nuts.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
It's the it's the white guy from the Box of Life.
Oh no,
it's Mikey.
It's total Raisin Bran. Come on, guys.
Yeah, it is just Raisin Bran. Oh man, yeah. What are the other announcements for it, Barry? You said it was like a lot. Like, what are the other?
So I guess they're taking away a whole game mode. And then the next, when Overwatch 2 comes out, assault maps completely go away. So that's a thing that's happening. And they basically made all these announcements and then just never gave a time frame and said it wasn't going to come out this year. So it was basically just like the biggest case of video game blue balls possible. Just like, yeah, we'll fluff you, and then you're have a nice day.
Sounds about right.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good at competitive shooters, and that feels like a game that it wouldn't be fun to play if you weren't good at it.
Yeah.
It's not even that. Like, you could be as good as you want to be on Overwatch, but if you're on a 6-man team of shit, it's nothing. Like, it does not matter how good you are. You're just gonna fucking die and be mad because you're watching everybody die. Like
Jesus.
Well, and the thing that always killed me is any of the 5-person games that you play, like where it's a 5-person team, you always have at least one person, if not two, that are just absolute trash at the game, but act like they're like a supreme alpha player. They're just like calling out shots as they're dying over and over again, and you're just like, wait, what?
It's like, Zenyatta on your left, you have died. Like,
yeah. Yeah, because I tried Valorant when Valorant came out, and it was just, I was like, I can't deal with these people.
You sound like Dr. Manhattan.
I can't deal with these people on
Overwatch. Like when who was it? EA that said single player games were nobody wanted single player games anymore. I was the one person screaming into the void like, no, I don't. I want them. That's all I want.
Literally all I want is single player games. I want no community aspect to my gaming. I want to be a hermit and play through my single player campaign and just be done with it, man. I don't know. The multiplayer aspect is just not I don't have enough time to like put into gaming to get good enough to where I think those games would be fun. Like it's just
It's
be
too
like,
toxic.
yeah. Like, dude, like Vaporizer, you play like MOBAs. I am so terrified to even try. Like, I look at that and I watch the videos of people playing, and I'm just like, I would just get my ass kicked for literal years.
I mean, it's not too bad. But it's like, I mean, I guess like any other multiplayer game, it just all depends on your team. Like everybody else is saying, it just really all depends on your team. If you get a shit team, they'll set you into bronze real quick, like you won't even believe. And that is the whole. That really is the whole. All
Yeah.
gaming is getting bronze and then having to deal with that. But
What does
yeah.
that mean? I don't even know what
being
that
into
means.
bronze.
Yeah.
Ooh, in a ranked well, I mean, in any ranked game, once you are set down into bronze, it's like you never
It's
get
just
out.
like the lowest tier. Of just,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, where the trash is, and it sucks. And you could be like, especially in my situation, like I'm a healer most of the time in these games, so I really have no choice over
Aw.
damage.
Yeah, you look really
And
giving. You used to feel like a
yeah,
caring guy. But,
it
like,
really, yeah, screw me sometimes. But they will drop you in your K games real quickly, and you get sent to bronze, and it's so hard getting out of that. Yeah.
They're such assholes in bronze. I've heard friendships end because of like people just like keeping people down in bronze. Like I was dating this guy one time and he took Overwatch really seriously, but not seriously enough to like actually like get better at it and make money, which I was like, you're kind of wasting your time, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's not where we're going with this. He was in like top 500 at one season, and then I guess like had dropped down to bronze and was miserable for a month. Like anytime I would go to his house was the worst time ever. Like he'd like make me watch he would like make me watch the replays. And just like, look at this shit. And I'm like listening to him have arguments with strangers on the internet, and it's like, this is why you're in bronze. It's like, but bro, you're there too. Like,
it sucks. Yeah, bronze is always the worst.
And the thing is none of those games are short games, so you're literally stewing for 45 minutes per game.
Oh, the games are that long?
Oh yeah.
Yes, they're like
Some of them
they're
are,
like rounds. They're like 10-minute fucking rounds.
Yep.
Ugh.
Oh, dude, if I played a game for 45 minutes and got the shit kicked out about it, oh, dude, yeah, I totally get why people break shit now. I've never like had that level of gaming, but I think it's because I'm not playing competitive games like I'm not giving up an hour of my life to be angry. Respect to you, man.
Dude, if you're playing like a game like Dota, that's when it becomes an hour.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Like you're locked into it, and you're locked into the shitty teammates that you get if you get shitty teammates, and oh, it sucks so bad. It just becomes them fighting in chat and like you sitting there watching it as you try and keep them alive.
Yeah, you're healing people you don't
smoke.
like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny,
Totally.
like as a healer, you've still taken like the Hippocratic Oath, even though you don't want to help these fucking people. Like,
Yeah. I just can't sit there and watch it happen.
I can't sit here and watch it die.
Meanwhile, you're getting fucking cursed out. Like, heal me, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I'm
the healer's
literally
fault.
right here doing this right
Where
now.
the fuck is Vaporizer? Where the fuck is Vaporizer?
He's doing nothing in top lane with the other three guys.
Yeah, he's doing nothing. Where the fuck's the nurse?
Oh boy.
Being a dick. That's oh
So
my
bad
god.
sometimes.
I just
yeah.
imagine Vaporizer in a Mercy cosplay.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus. Big mustache and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I would
dude,
go
yeah.
for it.
That would be awesome. That's a good stream right there, dude. That is. You get those.
Banana cosplay. Woof.
Is that what you
That's
stream
sniper.
mostly? The MOBA stuff, or what? Do you, what is your stream?
No. Gosh, man, I haven't streamed in so long, I feel like. But mostly it was just like survival games and like just multiplayer games in general. We were
Okay.
playing COD and Valheim. All right, that's what I've been playing recently is Valheim, a lot of that. So if I was going to jump in, that's probably what I would jump in.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of clips from Valheim, and it looks awesome. I've definitely not played, but it's like the clips I've seen on TikTok are like, this is cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great survival game with friends and
Yeah.
It's like-
in between women twerking and teenagers dancing, I'll just get a Valheim. It's just like dancing, Valheim, stand-up clip, food. It's like that's what my algorithm is right now.
Winston, that's literally just my Instagram.
Okay, cool. I'm good. Glad I found it. It's literally just yours is that.
There you go.
What's the next topic you got, Barry?
This was a question I was very curious to ask Vaporizer. We've asked this several times on the channel. What is your biggest rage-inducing moment in gaming? Because you were probably one of the most patient, calm gamers that I know out of everybody I game with. So I'm curious to know the answer to this.
That's a good call. Gosh. Sea of Thieves, I think. I raged one time pretty badly. We were getting, I don't know if we were jumping as somebody else on a different ship or if they were jumping us, and we were trying to get loot to the outpost really quickly to turn it in. And it was something important. I'm sure it was like an Athena's chest or something like that. But yeah, like, oh, it was so bad. Everybody was doing their own thing, and we weren't doing anything that we needed to be doing at all either. Everybody was just like, let's fight, or there's like three of us that were just like, let's fight, and the other guy was like trying to run the sails and steer the ship, and dude, it was like, and I like called pulled anchor or something, and somebody didn't pull anchor, and we slammed into the island, and I raged so hard. I didn't know what to say. I just didn't know what to say because we had just like spent like an hour getting supplies and stuff after or before that quest liner and stuff. And dude, it takes so long to get all of your supplies on boat and everything. It's such a bitch.
In Sea of Thieves, you sail at like half a mile an hour, so it takes forever to get back to where you need to get your stuff.
Yeah. That's too.
Are you serious?
Yep.
It's ridiculous. And that system is so broken. They have a system set up to where, like, well, if you sink, you automatically, like, go to an island. Like, the first time you sink, you go to an island that's close by. And then the time after, if you sink again, then you go, like, a little bit further away, but, you know, similar area of where you were. The third time you sink, they send you to, like, next level across the world shit.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god.
Sucks. It ended up sending us to like the second or third spot. I remember when we sank, and I was so pissed. Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, Vaporizer. I actually, when I was thinking about streaming Sea of Thieves, I hit up Vaporizer and a couple of our other streamer buddies and was like, "All right, let's start a pirate gang. Let's do this." And I tried to play it with my girlfriend for one night and rage quitted so hard that I just was like, I uninstalled the game, guys. We're not playing it. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, man.
Bria, have you ever had like a big rage moment? Like, what's the angriest you've been playing games? Or are you just pretty chill all the time?
I'm not as chill as I come off. I just smoke a lot of weed. But no, like, so as far as like games when I was younger, because I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. Like any iteration of Mortal Kombat that will come out, I will find a way to play it. Like I've never owned a console myself, but I have convinced people to buy a game that I wanted to play. Like, yeah, spend $60 on Mortal Kombat. It's cool. It's totally worth it. And then we are no longer friends. But so like my uncle when I was younger, because like I have younger uncles because my parents are like older siblings, and he would just like do shit and like learn cheat codes and stuff and like pause in the middle of the game. I hate when people do this where they'll like pause the game to look at the cheat codes that they want to fuck you up with, and then like unpause and then like start punching. I'm like, fuck you. Like, so rude. Like, that's so rude. I hate that so much. So like things like that would make me mad a lot.
I was because I've said all the times I've pretty much raged on here already. But Barry, I remembered the time I've made somebody rage the hardest, and it was when I was teaching. And we would have like their recess thing where they could access the computers and stuff. And there was a kid on Roblox, and he would just refuse to get off the computer. And so for a while, the game plan to deal with that was to unplug the computer while he's playing. And oh yeah, and in retrospect, not a great idea, but it's like he's on it for 45 minutes and we got to go to class. So one day we unplugged his laptop and I just unplugged the desktop and I have never seen someone angrier about a video game. And just a 13-year-old on the spectrum, just like, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, I understand.
I understand.
Like, I get why you're angry, but I get paid $11 an hour to do this. This is what
Kids
I need.
don't play about Roblox.
No, not at
Kids
all.
love Roblox.
And I feel like that, I guess I was just so kind of out of gaming when that became huge, or just not aware of what's going on outside of what I like to play, because I felt like overnight every single one of my students had a Roblox account and they were playing all these games. They were explaining how great it was. And I was like, is this like Minecraft? And they were just always like, yeah, if you're an idiot. That's hurtful.
Oh.
Did you hear what this loser just said?
Yeah, he just said Roblox is mine. There's people in chat talking shit about me.
Roblox is very interesting to me. I'm intrigued by it. Every kid that I watch play it, though, they've got some issues at home. But they're really into it, and God bless them. But I try to understand it, but it's every time I watch, and it's nothing against the children. They are our future. But they're just putting together these lame ass, stupid ass looking gaming things. There are these little platforms that they have, and they're like, yeah, I built this myself. I was like, this is god awful. You're just gonna play on it all the time. You don't want to expand on this just a little bit.
Work on this.
It just looks so shitty.
Yeah. Vaporizer, you ever played Roblox? You're a Roblox guy?
No. Not, I mean, you would think that since I played Valheim, a lot of people have asked me if I played Minecraft actually and stuff like that. And it's like, no, I have no idea what Roblox, what the difference between Roblox and Minecraft are, honestly.
Oh yeah, dude,
which is really bad, but
if it was something where I had to do a Venn diagram of Roblox and Minecraft and do the similarities and differences, I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna die. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
They look kind of different.
Just go ahead and shoot
They
me.
are very different, though. I will say that. I'm not I guess I'm the youngest person talking right now, but showing my age.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we got a pro Roblox person.
Roblox, I know a lot. But no, they are vastly different. I will say that. Roblox has a lot of creative liberties that kids can have, which I think is cool because you essentially you can make your own characters.
So you make your own game in that, right?
You make your own game in the game, and so you can share them with your friends and stuff like that, and other friends can come to your room and stuff like that and play games. And I think that's really cool. Yeah, that's cool. It's like MySpace, but for video games and children.
Okay. Yep, now you're showing your age a little differently. All right, that's weird. It's I'm the youngest person in here, but this reminds me a lot of Friendster. Do you guys remember?
Have you guys
Remember
ever
AOL?
tagged? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, you guys
Remember Instant Messenger?
Planet.
Yeah. What about you, Barry? You ever do those? I know you do the Minecraft shit, but
my son, when he was younger, was really into it.
Putting Legos together, so you're definitely a Minecraft person.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely on the Lego spectrum building block thing.
Lego spectrum.
But if there is such a thing. But no, I used to play Roblox with my son when he was younger, and he would play these tycoon games, which essentially is just you start a business and you do this and that. And I would ask him all right, well, what do we do in this? And he's like, well, you start a store and then you wait and people come and buy it and you ring them up. And I'm like, this sounds like a job. I already have a job.
You come in and you wake up and you spend 8 hours at the shop and then you go home. Yeah, that's I always remember guys, the first time I heard about it, I asked one of my students what's Roblox? What can you do in this? Same thing as you. And they responded, you can do anything you want. And I was like, that sounds like a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Do you have any games in there that have specific rules and walls that I can just walk down? too much choice for me.
But actually, like,
Yeah.
Well, it's like the same thing. Like I get like if a game, I have to like really dig a super open world game to like get really deep into it. But like if I'm not really into it, I get the same anxiety do when I get on Netflix, and I feel like I'm just looking at possible things to do and getting absolutely nothing done.
It's too overwhelming.
It's like there's 100 side quests. Which one do you want to do? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's just look at all of them and then watch 10 minutes of it and
Yep.
move on. Oh, damn, man. Oh, what's next, Barry?
So
And also, I like, I love Barry. I love the streaming Barry White Hansen. I've known him since he's been doing the character the whole time. You will never understand how hard it is to not call you by your fucking actual name because I have known you. He and I have been friends for years, and it's like I have to constantly just like Barry, and it's like that's fucking not. But yeah, what do we got, Barry?
So recently, there was a class action lawsuit put out on Bethesda for Fallout 4.
Okay.
Took them a while, but basically what happened was Bethesda sold a season pass for Fallout 4, saying this will be, you'll have access to all DLC content.
Okay.
However, they started a service called the Creator Club, which was just basically mods that you could legally put on in console. They added that service, but it was not included in the season pass. But then there was not really any other DLC, so people were like, "I just spent $30," and then they raised the price to $50 eventually
For nothing.
Wow.
for
of
nothing,
course.
basically.
Welcome to Bethesda.
oh my god. I
That's
would
such
kill
horseshit.
them.
Yeah, that's infuriating.
I would
Hey,
do a class action murder. That is
class
absolutely
action
insane.
stabbing.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, that's insane because it's like the fury that I would have of paying for the DLC and then them creating something that is absolutely downloadable content and then
Yep.
telling you that it's like, no, this is different downloadable content. This is the
Yep.
creator store. And it's like, you fucking bastards.
I think DLC is like evil in nature, personally.
Thank you.
Just
Yeah.
to like for you to be like, hey, you like this game? Spend $60 on this fucking game. How much do you like this game? Spend $30 more on this game for
Yep.
one character.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
do you like it again? Spend more money. Like Bungie was really on that when they what was the name of that game?
Destiny?
Yes, fuck that game. Like
Yep.
Destiny was like #1 perpetrator of that bullshit. It's just like just because a guy is talking to me in a British accent does not mean I want to spend $120 on like some extra guns that like some guy is gonna win on the luck of the draw for like doing a fucking raid.
Yep.
Like that's evil.
Yeah, and I would rather just wait a year or 2 years until they have the Game of the Year edition that has all the DLC
Yeah.
in it. And like I'm just the type of guy that's like, I don't know, man. It's like when I like Horizon for the PS4, Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever, like that's like one of my favorite PS4 games. But I did not play the DLC because I got the game first and I beat it. And they're like, hey, we got this DLC. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay extra and download it. It's like if this was in it, maybe, but it's like I can't. Like I don't know. Like it's just fucking like I want the full game. I get it's not always finished, but it's like I want the full game for the price. I don't know. It's infuriating to me. I'm not a DLC fan. Like I'm waiting for all the Smash characters to come out before I just get all of them. Like
Or-
it's like
yeah.
I'm like,
All of that's on a season pass now, right?
yeah, it's like a
Understand.
season pass, but like I'm just gonna wait for this second season pass, like the second year to be done, and then I'm just literally going to buy
Buy 'em
both
all.
of them at the same time and get them. Like I want my characters now. Do you do DLC stuff a lot? Is there a lot in MOBAs? I don't really know as far as like microtransactions and stuff in those.
Yeah, not so much anymore. So the microtransactions, but yeah, there is quite a few in. I don't want to say like Blizzard games in general. Like
yeah,
I mean,
I know you
they
had
have
to
a
play
store.
Heroes of the Storm, right?
Yeah, they have treasure
one
chests,
point-
but you get them for free.
Okay.
But like I remember at one point in time a few years ago, in order to get the Genji Oni skin on Overwatch, you had to play Heroes of the Storm and like win a certain thing in order to get the specific Genji skin for a completely different game.
Yeah. Yep.
That is one of the worst things I've ever. I can't imagine being like, hey, you have to be good at this other game to be able to play. I was like, this is bullshit. I hate you.
And it was a cool skin too, actually.
Even a lame skin, so you can't even be like, fuck this. It's like, God, you need this skin.
Exactly. Yeah. But otherwise, no. This game that I have been checking out recently, this hunting game, has a bunch of DLC. Actually, speaking of DLC, and it's ridiculous. It's like,
What's
you
it
want a
called?
4-wheeler called The Hunt, Call of the Wild.
Okay, I thought you were gonna be like,
It's
called
great.
Cabela's big game. I was like, oh, there we go.
Not quite. But it's got like Yukon hunting and like cool shit.
That's cool.
Like that. Yeah. So it's fun to go shoot things in the face and try out the different guns and like muzzle loaders and different things like that and like Western lever action stuff.
Okay. Is it a first person, like, is it basically like a first person survival type game? Like, is it like the whole.
There's no survival to it. It's just hunting.
That's cool.
You track animals. There's
murder.
more to it, but it's not necessarily like, build yourself a house and
Okay.
cook your food. It's not like that, unfortunately, which would be really cool. But
You're like, now
it's
I hope they
fun.
make DLC and they make it to where you have to cook your food in the forest.
Dude, it's insane. They have like DLC for 4-wheelers. If you want to go duck hunting, you want duck blinds and all that good shit, and like a special shotgun, you can buy a DLC for that, and like
That's
all their
awesome.
maps are DLCs and stuff too. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You had me at 4-wheeler and duck. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
It's great though.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys ever played like phone games?
Like just like the mobile games.
Well, yeah, like so like mobile games are like cool, but I know like there's a mobile Mortal Kombat or whatever, but like Adult Swim at one point in time had like they were the king of like really good mobile games.
Yeah.
And so there's this one that I still play to this day, which is Robot Unicorn Attack.
Yeah, I used to love
And,
Robot Unicorn Attack. Yeah.
I still fucking play that game. And it's still running and they have DLC. Like people are spending money to play Robot Unicorn Attack, a
Really?
free game. Yes.
Crap.
Yeah, I've got and
That's-
it's I've only got it because it's free for 3 months. Because I just got a new iPhone, but I've been doing the Apple Arcade thing, where you can play the
Oh.
games on your MacBook and I've just been playing What the Golf on my phone, which is just a fun golf game that's ridiculous. But it's the first time where I've ever been kind of into the mobile game, because they're pretty good about being like, oh, this is a full game you can also play on a computer. And it's all because I remember when I used to play some mobile games like Robot Unicorn Attack, that was as good as it got. And it's like very simple to do, but it's really fun. And then now it's just like, oh yeah, this is just like having an actual gaming system on my phone. So yes, let's play.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. No, I didn't know.
All I
Robot
heard was
Unicorn
you have
Attack.
enough money for Apple Arcade.
No, it's free for 3 months, and then it will immediately be canceled. I'm trying to beat this game. I got 3 months to. When I heard that, I was like, all right, I got 3 months to beat all the games I want to play.
I used mobile gaming to teach my son a lesson because he got into Clash of Clans a whole bunch, and I was trying to tell him like, this game is unbalanced, it's unfair, it's like very whale heavy and stuff like that. And
That's a great story.
he kept trying to flex on me about his base and everything. So what I did is I put about $30 on an iTunes card, and I just wailed out on him and had a superior base within 15 minutes. And I was just like, yeah, this shows you this game is trash. Stop playing this.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love you using your income to put your child in his place. That's a
Dad, I love this game. How much do you love it now?
Yeah.
Way to assert dominance to your son.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Here's the shambles of the game you loved. Enjoy. Yeah, you cut out. What's the
This is a good PSA for everybody out there. If you've got a kid and they're doing or playing something you don't like, get better than them at the game and they will stop.
It's
It's
true.
like, I'm fucking going outside. Fuck this shit.
Oh,
I had a cousin break a game because of that. Like, we were kids, and he and his older brother, because they were like my cousins, were just like in the house and they're playing. And I can't remember what it was. It wasn't even like a high stakes game. It was like fucking FIFA '06 or something like that. And they were just like really upset, and like it was a heated FIFA game on the Xbox. And my little cousin lost, and he pulls the game out of the fucking, like, he like opens the tray, pulls the game out, slams it to the ground, and it just like shatters in a million pieces like fucking confetti. I was like, what could have happened in FIFA '06?
A lot.
Like, that would have made you so destructive.
So funny, man. It's funny because like I think a lot of Barry mentioned like rage quitting stuff. I think a lot of the rage quit YouTube videos that go viral are people quitting over like getting angry about like Smash Bros or like competitive like games that like I think jock people will be like, oh, that's kind of lame and nerdy or whatever. But literally the angriest I've seen most people gaming is playing Madden. Like that is the it's people screaming at someone else that the game is cheating or there's no way that person could catch that in real life, and just like it's like the angriest I've ever seen a group of bros is during, oh my god, breaking FIFA.
I'm not gonna lie though, I understand the Madden hate these days. not like a decade ago, but like Madden has changed so much over the course of my entire life.
Yeah.
Because it's been out for so long that there are whole ass grown men with children who have been working on games and like building characters. I don't know fucking why. You got a kid, raise them. But like no, like they're like building these characters for like years. And then their girlfriend's like, baby, when I go viral on YouTube, let me take your entire PlayStation and throw it in the pool. And then they're just like these videos of these men having full on mental breakdowns, just like contemplations. Like there was one guy, his girlfriend did that and she didn't realize that like, she was like, you just buy another one. It's fine. Like it was an iPhone. Like, oh, you just buy it. It's on the cloud. Like, you can get all that information back. And he was just like, no, you dumb bitch. Like, he's just like, oh, like, he was like crying. He was like, 10 years. I built this character for 10 years. He's just like, grown men breaking down, sobbing, like committing murders.
Yeah, that's infuriating. I've never found those videos fun to watch. Because it is like a nightmare situation when someone like, my boyfriend plays his Xbox more than he talks to me, so let's get 55,000 views and ruin our relationship. What would the equivalent be to, Bria, what do you think the equivalent could be for them to do to the woman that isn't into gaming? Like, what's a stereotypical thing that you think a guy could do to get back to just, because I can't think of anything that is as kind of pointless, but at the same time, so much time getting invested into it as gaming.
I can. So like, I was thinking like, what is something like, because women, we are not a monolith. I will start by saying
That's
that
true.
as the only person with a vagina on this show. But like, so we're not a monolith, but a lot of women, if not majority of women, are into like makeup, and you don't want to buy like shitty cheap makeup, or not even just like makeup, just like self-care things. Like I go to Sephora a lot, and so like I finally found a face regime because I don't wear makeup, so it's like I've got like my toner, and I've got my moisturizer, and I've got my cleanser, and I've got my eye cream, and also I've got my regimen, like my J roller, everything. Like if a guy was like, oh, you are so obsessed with looking at yourself in the mirror, and all you want to do is just like clean your face and like look at yourself, J-roll your face instead of like sucking my dick. So I threw all your shit in the garbage and I smashed it. And it's like, I'm gonna kill your parents because that was $300 that I just like I have to replace this in a few months. Like that was like half of my rent. Yeah, like I have to find it. Like there was one time my face cleanser was out of stock for like 3 months in Sephora, and I went around looking like a chode. Like it was terrible. I looked bad. My skin was broke the fuck out. Like I looked like a leper. And so if a guy came and was like, I dumped your shit in the toilet because you made me mad, like, yeah, I would choke him.
Doing it for the views, man.
Not for the views. Like, I would go to jail. That's a confession. It would just be me on the camera just choking the shit out of this guy. And anytime he would get up, I'd just like knee him in the balls because, like, I'm a barista. I work really hard for my face cream.
Yeah, this is I fucking work my ass off for this goddamn face cream.
Do you know how many mochas this is?
Yeah.
Actually, though, no, for real. Like,
Barry, it's about 5:50 now. What's you got a final topic we can get out of here on, and we'll just I'll make sure we get these folks' social media stuff and all their stuff and get it plugged for them up at the end.
Yeah. And well, to add to the Bethesda thing that was going on,
Perfect.
you know, yeah, it's shitty what they did, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel because unlike Fallout 76 where they covered their ass, they didn't do a terms of service like agreement thing at the beginning.
Awesome.
So literally all these people that are suing them actually have grounds to sue them this time around.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I want them to drag their ass in court, dude. Forever.
So rip Bethesda. And as a quick closer topic,
yes.
If you could see a live action of any game, like movie or TV, what game would you pick and why?
Bria, you got to pick something other than Mortal Kombat because that's already coming out.
well, I wasn't gonna choose Mortal Kombat. I've played games other than Mortal Kombat. This is like when I pick at a restaurant. Like, I want to go last. Like,
Okay, we'll let you go.
everybody
last.
order first.
What are you thinking, Barry? We'll let you go first, and I'll go next.
I've always been a BioShock supporter. I really want to see a BioShock movie of some sort. I think it's such a good plot that could easily be turned into a movie.
That would be awesome. I think that'll be good. I like because I like the story in all of those games, 1, 2, and Infinite. You could like adapt any of the three, and I would be like, yes, I want to fucking watch this.
And it's the perfect length. I feel like it's not too long of a game to where you'd have to cut a bunch of plot points out. It's just enough to where you could make an hour and a half, 2 hour movie and it'd be fine.
I would want a legitimate good like Star Fox movie.
Ooh,
I think that
be
shit
cool.
would be really fun. It could be CGI, animated, like, or they could do that fucking weird shit they're doing with everything now where it's CGI characters and all the humans are real life. Like, I don't care. But I think that would be cool. We get like a cool space fight. And I just always have had a soft spot for the Star Fox games. I think they're really fun. What about you, Vaporizer?
That's a good question. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh,
Would be
yeah,
cool.
that would be great.
1 and 2 would be. I mean, it's kind of a movie itself, so I feel like that would be good if it was live action.
But you're gonna be like, I want a game. I
Right.
want a movie where it's about a healer in a game. Now
There
here's
you go.
and he's
World of
knocked down
Warcraft.
to bronze, and he's trying.
Trying to pull himself out. 3 hours later.
All right, Bria, what do you got?
I feel like it would definitely be like a children's movie. I'm really into animation, but I feel like Cuphead would be like a really good live
Ooh,
action.
that would actually
that
be
would
really
be
cool.
great.
That would be great, right? It'd be fun.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good choice, man. Cuphead. That is definitely a game that is on the list of things that I've watched people play online because it made me too angry to play in real life. So.
Yep.
Oh, well, this has been super fun, guys. Vaporizer, where can people find what you do online if people want to follow you?
Mostly Twitch TV /Vaporizer. That's pretty much it, really. I'm also on Twitter too, but I really just retweet stuff. I don't really like post when I go live on there or anything.
Okay, cool.
Pretty quiet about that. But
What about you,
yeah.
Bria?
So I am on Twitter right now. I have had this Twitter for like less than a year, so I'm still like trying to like get people on it. And I'm a comedian, so I kind of need that. So you can follow me at Miss Momo Monko on Twitter. And then also if you like, I don't know, want to see my butt sometimes, you can follow me on my fan house, which the link to that is on my Twitter. So
Nice.
There
That's
you
a
go.
that's a 2-for-1 special. You go into the Twitter.
I got bills. I have bills to pay. This is
Yeah.
not utilities included in this apartment. So
Oh man, hell yeah. Well, this is a good one, guys. Thank you so much for doing it. Barry, you want to close this out?
Yeah. Great episode. And we're here every single week at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday nights. And then the podcast will be uploaded tomorrow to Spotify and YouTube. So you can find them there in audio and video format. So we will see you all next week on the Comics and Consoles podcast. Have a good night.
Hell yeah.